Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I thought I would kind of do a Valentine's Day DIY. We're going to be making this Valentine's Day wreath that actually lights up. So stick around and I will show you how to do this. Okay, what we're going to need to get started with our Valentine's Day wreaths. Now you don't need one of these circular cutters, but if you have them, I suggest that. Also a mat if you're going to be using this circular cutter, so that way you don't ruin any surfaces you might have. But you know what, if you don't have that, I use scissors for the first couple wreaths I ever made, and they turned out just fine. You're going to need a couple spools of this Deco mesh material, any size really. I'm just using what I got at the dollar store today, and a couple spools of ribbon of like the fatter variety, preferably the kind with the wires in the ribbon. And then I always like to kind of jazz it up with like this regular ribbon. A couple spools of that. I have 3 of each, and I have 4 of the Deco mesh. Hopefully that's enough. You'll need some of these wired pipe cleaners. I like the white simply because I feel like they don't show as much in the background. A glue gun and some glue sticks. And last but not least, you'll need a wire frame for your wreath. Now I've got a heart shape, but you can use a circular one too, that's fine. My dollar store just had these and I thought, man, why not grab one of those to use? I don't have one like that. Alright, to get started, we're just going to make, I don't know, I call these bundles of the mesh and the ribbon. Now I've kind of glued the smaller ribbon onto the larger ribbon, but I just think once it's all made, and you'll see what I mean. Like, I feel like these don't make sense until the very last minute. To get started, I just take my mesh and I measure out about 10 inches and give it a good cut. And then I measure one more at 10 inches. Give that a cut. It doesn't have to be exact, guys. Like, there's no, I promise it's gonna turn out. Then I like to take my ribbon and I cut that about 10 inches as well. And here's a little trick. I like those points on my ribbon. You take your ribbon, you fold like sides together, and you just make a nice diagonal cut. And there, you got the cute little points at the end of your ribbon. I'm just going to do that over here so they're matching. I don't know what happened to my fabric scissors, but seems that my kitchen shears are doing just fine. And these I also got at the dollar store. I suggest picking up several pair simply because they're the best for your money. Now I also like to take my smaller ribbon, measure that about 10 inches, give that a cut. I also like to do the little points at the end. Just gonna use my scissors. Well, that one didn't. There we go. Turn it over, give him a little good point. Now to make these two kind of stick together, I lay the fatter ribbon out flush, and then I just take a little dab of my hot glue, put them right in the middle, stick my ribbon on in the middle, and then again at either end, just a little dab. That's all you need. Careful, that's hot. Alright, now I set this aside. Before we get started, have one of these guys handy. That's your pipe cleaner. And just cut him in half. Just makes it last longer. You don't need a lot of extra back there when we tie it onto our frame. And it just kind of saves you money in the process. Alright, now I've got my 2 mesh pieces. And this can be tricky at first. My poor grandmother, we had her making wreaths here last spring, summer, and it was very hard for her to keep control of this with her hands. But she tried. You just stick the two pieces of mesh together and you start rolling. Now guys, this does not have to be science here. If you don't get it a perfect spiral, like I'm not either, it's just going to be kind of haphazard on either end. That's okay. That's kind of what we want. The mesh kind of just fills and makes the wreath look full and bigger. Now you're going to want to take your ribbon that we just made and kind of stick him in the middle, kind of bunch him up. Once you get doing these, you'll see kind of what I mean here. Now that you're grabbed by the middle, you take one of those pipe cleaners and you just twist it around. Kind of pinch him up real tight there. And then I like to give 2 or 3, maybe 4 good turns, and that way he's got some tail left over. And don't worry too much about getting him all poofed up, because I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. I have my metal frame, and what I like to do is just kind of start out in these sections. Now I usually do a circle so all the sections are even, but they're not this time, so we'll just kind of have to play it by ear. But I like to take 2 from the outside and then you just twist him right on. I like to twist until pretty much I have no more room, and then I just kind of wrap the pipe cleaner around that. Now he doesn't look like much right now, but once we get him full of these bundles, you'll see what I mean. It'll really start coming to life. So I'm gonna kind of, I don't know if I'm gonna just do a couple more, like speed him up and then show you at the end, but I will get the details sorted and I will come back when it's time to actually decorate. Okay, I kind of forgot to mention that once you have your second bundle made, I like to alternate the rows in which I put these guys on. So I put these on the first 2 on the first loop, and now I'm going to put it on the second 2 for this time around. There we go. And you just kind of hide your mesh pieces. Now, like I said, it doesn't look like much, but I promise as it gets fuller, you'll see what I mean here. So I'm going to speed up the process for you, and I'll bring you back at the end. Okay, my wreath is completely assembled as far as all of the bundles are concerned. You can kind of make out the heart pattern, but I'm not so sure I'd do that in the future. It's still cute. I'm going to keep it. It's not a complete wash. Is once you're done putting all of your bundles on, and that's completely up to you, like as far as how full you want that. You don't want it too full at this point because we've got little, I don't know, little cute things to stick in there too to make the wreath even cuter. I found this at the dollar store. It's just a little love sign. I don't know, it's like that pressed particle board. Now I think that would be really cute as a centerpiece in my wreath, but I really don't like the brown on the pink. I kind of want to lighten it up some. And so I just went to Walmart and picked up this craft paint, which don't ever buy this at the dollar store. You go to Walmart, it's 50 cents each, so you get 2 for $1. I've just got like an old plate left over from Thanksgiving. And I think I just want it white, but I may paint the O like a pink color. I'm not sure yet. We're just going to see how this kind of turns out. You're just going to want to dab a little bit at a time. You can always go back in with a second coat if you feel as though it needs it. And just paint that whatever color you're thinking about. I think this is definitely going to need 2 coats. Okay guys, we're back. My little love sign here took 2 coats of paint and I let it sit here drying about 4 hours. These pressed particle boards, they don't take a whole lot of time to dry just because they're pretty porous. Well, mine didn't anyways. Just had some paper towel because I didn't want to get my vanity dirty. At this point, I'm just going to snip off the little tie that it has on the back here. I didn't know if I'd need it or not, so I decided to let it hang out there until I was sure. So just cut that off. And I was planning on just staple gunning my the pipe cleaners on the back here. I can't think today. Hold on. However, there are little hooks here, and I'm wondering if I can't use that to my advantage. I'm just going to kind of put one in there, twist it around to get a good grip on it, and I'll stick one in here. I think I will staple 2 on the bottom here just so I can kind of manipulate where I want the sign to actually go. I always hate doing that. I always feel like I'm gonna go, I did go right through one time in my life, right onto the table I was working on. So I guess I have good reason to be paranoid. All right, one more and that should do us. All right. Okay, now that I've got that done, I'm gonna try to situate him just where I want him on my wreath. Try to get all these, there we go. And like I said, I picked the heart-shaped wreath. However, I'm not sure I would do that again in the future. You can't really tell it's a heart. I think it looks fine. We're gonna leave it. And at this point, we're just gonna wanna nestle our pipe cleaners right through the bottom to the other side of the mesh or the wired wreath and secure it in place. I just like to pull it through at first to kind of get them sitting right where I want them. Maybe do the opposite sides at first and then just kind of, a lot of these crafts and DIYs, honestly, it's a lot of trial and error and you just kind of got to do it. Keep fiddling with it until it looks like exactly how you want it to, or something close to. And I can take and fluff the mesh and the ribbons right how I want them. A lot of it is fluffing after the fact. Alright, now that I've got my pipe cleaners all the way through to the other side of the wire frame, I'm going to carefully just try to pick it up and drop it right on over. And then I'm going to secure those pipe cleaners really, really well onto that wire form so he doesn't go anywhere. I like to do my centerpieces of the wreath first before I add any more decorations, just because I don't know, I think we all just have a way of doing things. However, I can always go in and add more decorations and all that later. Alright, once he's secure, and I've kind of just loosely secured him at first, and that way if I need to go and adjust, it's not that hard. And I can always come back here and clean these up later. Turned out to be kind of a yucky day here. I'm hoping the lighting is nice. I've got every light here in the room on, so I'm hoping you guys can see this well. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks good. And kind of adjust our ribbons and mesh how we want it. And at this point, we're ready to start adding embellishments. Okay, as far as embellishments goes, I kind of found these LED lights. They're battery operated at the Dollar Tree, and I thought that would be a really cute, I don't know, element to the wreath. So I picked up 2 packages. I have one assembled right now. Maybe I should have done this before I put the love in there, but it is what it is. I want the battery pack to be in the back, so I'm just going to try to string my lights through one of the clearings in the wreath, and I'm just going to kind of tuck it away, or try to. And I've got more pipe cleaner right here. And I can just stick each little light wherever I want it. Just kind of got to get creative and a little patient here with each little light. I'll stick it through right about there. I'll worry about securing my battery pack once I'm done here. I just want to kind of get a feel for it and kind of hide the wires as best I can. If some show through though, I think it's still going to be cute. I think I'm going to just place it where I want it and see if I can't hide the wires that way. And I might have to go in with more pipe cleaner or glue to kind of get the little hearts exactly where I'd like them. Like I said, this is all kind of a trial and error and just fiddling with it long enough till you get the exact result you're looking for. Okay, my lights are all secured, and I've kind of loosely secured the battery packs. Whoops, I'm picking up more decorations here. Loosely secured the battery packs on the back because you're going to want to be able to change the batteries and turn them on and off and all that. But they're in there and they're hidden so you can't see them. At this point, the world is your oyster. This is kind of like the fun part where you can really decorate it. I found these really cute headbands at the dollar store, and I thought I was going to cut off the ends here and just kind of glue in where I want my hearts. So I'm just going to cut those off. Okay, I have successfully taken the hearts off of the headbands. Gotta get crafty, gotta get creative when you're trying to find stuff on a budget. And all I'm going to do at this point is take my hot glue gun, which is currently stuck. I'm going to take my hot glue gun and just put a small amount on every little heart. And I'm going to try not to get them on the wires of the lights, but if they do, that's alright. I'm not going to use them for anything else. And I'm just going to glue my hearts right where I want them. Kind of put them there first maybe, and then we'll glue them down. And it's a cute craft and it's original, and you can display it on your door or in your home proudly. If you liked today's video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like what I do here, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I will see you in the next one, guys.